Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Make It Monday with the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum. My name is Sarah and I'm the Education Coordinator, and today we are going to be making farm animal clothespin magnets that you can use at home to either add a little color to your fridge, or you can use them to hang different things like artwork or notes to your friends and family as well. And so these are a bright, fun way to add some color, and I'm so excited to share with you how to make them today. So first, we're going to go over the list of supplies like we always do, and then we'll go through the process of making the magnets. So the first thing you'll need for supplies is a clothespin. You can also use a chip clip if you'd like, as long as it has one flat side on it, because we have to have a flat side to do our artwork on, and then a flat side to glue a magnet on at the end. So as long as the chip clip has two flat sides on it, that's totally fine. But like I said, today I'm just using a standard clothespin. You'll need a writing utensil. Today I'm using a pen. I have some foam here for my next item, and if you don't have foam at home, that's totally fine. You can also use paper or felt if you would like. Those options both work great. I'm going to show you how to make a pig farm animal magnet today, and also a cow. And so for the cow, I have white and black foam, and for the pig, I have some pink. You'll need a scissors, some glue, and today I'm using craft glue, but any type of glue will work as long as you can use it with foam and a clothespin. I have some wiggle eyes here, and these are optional. If you don't have wiggle eyes at home, you don't have to go out and buy any. You can just use foam and cut your eyes out of that. That's totally fine. I have some small pink buttons, and I have them 2-hole buttons because these are what we are going to use for our nose on our farm animals today. And if you don't have any pink buttons at home, that's totally fine. Again, these are optional. You can go ahead and use foam for that if you'd like to as well. And then the last item I have are some skinny magnets. And so I just used, for these today, I used some of those old like calendars or something that you get freebie in the mail, and you stick them up on your fridge. And after they're old and outdated, I like to keep those around and use them for different craft supplies at the museum, like for this instance, magnets, because they're a great way to reuse those without having to throw them away. So that is what you will need, and so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you'll need to do is use your clothespin and your writing utensil so that you can make a background for your farm animal. And so if I was going to start out with the pig, I would take my pink here, and I would lay my clothespin up against the corner of my foam here, and then I would go ahead and use my pen and trace around it so I have that rectangle shape that is one side of the clothespin. Once you have that traced out, you can go ahead and use your scissors to cut that out as well. And I already have that step pre-done, and so I won't do that right now, but that's super simple and easy to do. So if you're making the pig, you would do that out of pink. If you're making a cow version, you would do that out of your white. So again, just run it up right against the side of your foam or your paper or your felt that you're using. Trace that with a pen and go ahead and cut it out. After you get it cut out, you can glue it, and so you can see that I already have my pink traced and cut and glued right here onto my clothespin. I've been letting that dry for a little bit so that it's ready to go for our next steps, and we're not waiting as long for things to dry. So I've got everything ready to go for this so far. After you get this step done and you have that foam rectangle glued onto your clothespin, you'll go ahead and add your wiggle eyes. And so today I'm using peel and stick wiggle eyes, which are super fun because then you don't have to worry about gluing them on, especially when they're this tiny and this little. Again, if you don't have peel and stick wiggle eyes, you can go ahead and use your glue to glue them on. That's fine. And if you don't have wiggle eyes at all, again, just use your black foam and cut small circles out and glue those down, and you'll be set. So I'm going to go ahead and peel my first eye off here. and stick it on to my pink foam. And I'm putting my eyes on the edge of the of the clothespin that you squeeze to open up. So you want the part of the clothespin that closes and stays closed at the bottom, so that when you're hanging your artwork on the fridge, it hangs down like this. So again, you want to put your eyes at the top where you pinch together. So I've got one down, so I'll go ahead and add my second here. Okay, so I've got two wiggle eyes right here on my clothespin. My next step is to add my nose. And like I said earlier, today I'm using a pink button for my nose. It has two holes in it to act as its two nostrils. But again, if you don't have that pink button, you can go ahead and glue a piece of felt or foam or whatever you're using in pink. Just make sure you draw two little nostrils on there and go ahead and glue that on right underneath your eyes. And so after you do that on the pig version, then you are done. It's super simple, super easy. You can tell it's a pig. It's got your cute little eyes and your nose, and that is ready to go. If you are doing a cow version, then you have an extra added step on here. And you can see that I've already kind of pre-started a little bit on there. But I already have my eyes on here. I have my cute button nose on, and you can see that I've started adding some black spots on to give it that little extra added cow pizzazz. And so I've got 3 spots on, and I cut a 4th one out, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So I'll add glue here on the back. You don't need a ton, just a small dot, and you can glue that right on. So now I've got all of my cow spots here ready to go. And once you get everything glued on the front, you're going to want to go ahead and let this sit for probably about an hour, just to make sure that you give your things a chance to dry. The last step that you have is actually gluing your magnets on the back. And so like I said, this is just an old magnet calendar that we had that I cut up and used for crafting. And so you'll take your glue again and glue a skinny strip all the way down your magnet here. And then you'll glue that right on the back side of your clothespin. Press that down, and you are good to go. And so once you have that magnet glued on the back, then you'll go ahead and let that dry. I would follow your glue directions for how long you should let it dry. Mine says it dries permanently in 24 hours. And so I'm going to go ahead and let this sit until tomorrow before I go ahead and stick this on the fridge and get ready to hang some notes or artwork up with it. But that is our Make It Monday activity for today. And so if you have any questions on making these cute farm animal clothespin magnets, go ahead and let me know. Again, my name is Sarah. I'm the education coordinator at the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum. I hope you enjoyed today's Make It Monday, and I hope to see you again next week. Thanks.